Jim? Are you on this frequency? Jim, are you out there? I'm at the rendezvous. It's all clear here. I've been thinking about what you said. There's something dark in me, Jim. I need you. I need you to hear me right now.
Programming to bring you this news. Notorious rebel Jim Raynor was captured in a daring raid yesterday. He was briefly interrogated and summarily executed. Emperor Mengsk had this to say.
Proud Dominion citizens, at long last our nightmare is over. The lawless terrorist James Raynor is dead. With his death comes a new era of peace. The Protoss have retreated from our dominion, and the Zerg threat has been removed. Their swarm is shattered and leaderless. Soon, we will eradicate every last Zerg on Char. In short, we have won. Our peace and security is assured. Good night, my faithful subjects.
Mengsk.
Navigation online. Destination Zerg space. Confirm.
Confirmed.
Intercepted Dominion transmissions indicate the Zerg swarm has been split into factions. A brood mother named Nafash took her brood to the frozen moon of Calder. Recent reports indicate a Protoss presence there. There is a high likelihood that Nafash is fighting the Protoss for control of Calder. Her brood is believed to contain highly evolved, dangerous Zerg organisms. Organisms detected.
That's why I'm here. They'll either accept me as their queen, or I'll start killing them one by one until they do. What are you?
I am Isha. Your Majesty used to store all her ideas, thoughts, and plans within me. Do you not remember?
Yes, I do remember you. More importantly, you remember me.
You are the Queen of Blades. I obey.
Perfect. Summon the swarm and prepare to move on Core Hall.
The swarm is in disarray and will not answer your call. Most Zerg on Calder are under the command of Broodmother Nafash. She seeks to create her own swarm. While she lives, the swarm will be divided.
Not for long it won't. Take us down to the surface. What are you?
Abathur. Evolve swarm, spin strands and sequences. Served Overmind, then served Queen of Blades. Now serve you.
I am the Queen of Blades.
Different. Examining genetic strands. Queen of Blades was efficient, ancient Zerg qualities. Minor Terran influence. You, infected with more Terran matter. Grasper limb poorly designed. Can improve. We'll give it back better.
Don't touch me.
Only focus is evolving the swarm. Seek perfection in all things. Work in Evolution Pit. Can review my work here. Evolved Zerglings much more efficient in battle. Organism can be upgraded. 3 distinct mutations available. Once chosen, will activate sequences within creature. Improve combat potential. Mutation choice, not permanent. Can alter at any time. Swarm suffering on this moon.
I thought you'd made my Zerg stronger than this.
Calder as cold as deep space. Other than Leviathan, no reason to specialize swarm for such cold.
Is that an excuse?
Wasteful to spin unnecessary adaptations. Complexity bad. Not needed before. Needed now. We'll look for local fauna. Essence useful for swarm adaptation.
Do it. Tell me about this Leviathan.
It is the organism from which you command the swarm, and this is its nerve center.
And it can take me to any world I wish?
Of course, my queen, but our numbers are few. Before conquering other worlds, you may wish to reclaim your forces here on Calder.
Leave the strategy to me. Now, what else can I do on this Leviathan?
You can evolve and upgrade your swarm in the Evolution Pit. The creature Abathur can help you. The scouts report that Nafash set up a hive on this plane, but abandoned it shortly after.
She moved off into those ice valleys. That must be where the Protoss are.
Nafash moved her brood into these ice valleys to fight the Protoss. It is unknown if she will join you willingly. This moon has pockets of intense cold, called flash freeze storms. One such storm is approaching. It will push temperatures down so fast that almost all thermal energy will be lost. The storm will pass quickly, but while it is here, your troops will be frozen in place.
I can sense indigenous creatures nearby. Their matriarchs have powerful essence, strong enough to help us adapt to this cold. The swarm hungers. There's not much time. I have to find an Ursadon matriarch and get her essence. My way. This world is mine. You have my attention. Let's get this over with. Get going.
This Zerg is feral. It is not under the control of any higher entity.
Get going. Nothing stands in my way. Out with it. Another feral roach. Something is very wrong. This world is mine. There's not much time. Who asked you? The swarm never rests. Let's get this over.
The flash freeze is near.
I just have to find an Ursidon matriarch. Nothing stands in my way. Yes?
The flash freeze has arrived. Your troops are frozen.
These Ursidon, led by Matriarch, strong essence. Once local essence assimilated, Swarm will resist flash freeze.
Flash freeze storm is fading.
There's not much time. You have my attention. Push ahead.
Essence assimilated. Swarm resistant to flash freeze.
Excellent. And now I can sense Nefash's hive cluster nearby.
Injured roaches able to burrow, regain health.
Speak quickly. Push ahead. What is it now? Let's get this over with. Nothing stands in my way. The swarm never rests. This world is mine. Nefash's brood. The Protoss must have wiped them out. I'll awaken this hive cluster for the swarm.
The Protoss sense the awakening. They are aware of our presence.
The Queen of Blades. But what has happened to you? Frail and human.
Protoss. I wondered when you'd show yourselves.
We must inform Shakuras. They will send the Golden Armada. They will destroy you.
Isha, tell me the Protoss are out of range of Shakuras.
They are, my queen. However, the Protoss have psi-link spires that can amplify their psionic communication.
Then we destroy those spires before the Protoss can activate them.
Additional matriarch essence nearby. If collected, Swarm can become more efficient in flash freeze.
I do like an efficient swarm. If I have a chance, I will hunt down some matriarchs.
Brave Protoss, slow her down. Take the fight to her.
Swarm hungers. Push ahead.
Protoss approaching the hive cluster. Flash freeze approaching. The Protoss will be vulnerable until it passes.
The Protoss are defenseless. Attack now.
Flash freeze storm is fading.
Spawn more overlords. Spawn more overlords.
Flash freeze will be here soon.
Nothing stands in my way.
Flash freeze storm has arrived.
Press our advantage. Destroy the Protoss. Yes? The swarm never rests. Get going.
Flash freeze now ending.
Yes? This world is mine. Out with it. The swarm never rests.
Even if you kill every Protoss on this planet, the Firstborn will destroy you.
Push ahead. Swarm hungers.
In a few moments, there will be a flash freeze.
This world is mine.
A flash freeze storm has hit.
The Protoss are defenseless. Attack now. Yes?
The flash freeze is ending.
One down.
Even if you destroy our spires, we will get word to Shakuras.
There's not much time. What is it now? Get this over with. Get going. This world is mine.
Flash freeze will be here soon. My queen, completing bonus objectives will increase your power level. Flash freeze storm has arrived.
Yes? Let's get this over with. Push ahead. There's not much time. Get going. Nothing stands in my way. The swarm never rests.
Matriarch essence useful. Visibility during flash freeze increased.
The flash freeze is ending.
Let's get this over with. Push ahead. Swarm hungers. Let's get this over with.
Flash freeze storm approaching soon. A flash freeze storm has hit.
Out with it. Push ahead. Who asked you? Speak quickly. Press the attack.
Complete.
The flash freeze is ending.
Our forces are under attack.
You have my attention.
The Hive Castle is under attack.
Speak quickly. Nothing stands in my way.
Forces are under attack.
Flash freeze will be here soon.
Our forces are under attack.
This world is mine.
The Protoss forces are now frozen.
The swarm never rests. There's not much time. Get going. Nothing stands in my way. This world is mine. The swarm never rests. Let's get this over with.
The flash freeze is ending.
This world is mine. Push ahead. Nafash. I didn't have much hope of finding you alive at this point. The Protoss will pay many times over. The swarm hungers. There's not much time.
In a few moments, there will be a flash freeze.
Get going.
We require more minerals.
Flash freeze is here.
Hungers. Let's get this over with. Nothing stands in my way.
Our drones are under attack.
The swarm never rests. There's not much time. Push ahead.
Flash freeze ending. We should retreat until the next storm hits.
Our forces are under attack. A queen tumor is under attack.
Flash freeze coming in soon. Flash freeze storm has arrived.
Let's get this over with.
Flash freeze storm is fading.
Spawn more overlords.
Who asked you?
The Hive Cluster is under attack.
This world is mine. Get going. What is it now? Let's get this over with.
In a few moments, there will be a flash freeze.
Spawn more overlords.
Flash freeze storm has arrived.
Push ahead. Nothing stands in my way. Let's get this over with. Speak quickly.
Flash freeze now ending.
The swarm hungers. Push ahead. Yes? Nothing stands in my way. The swarm never rests. Let's get this over with. Get going. Nothing stands in my way. Push ahead. This world is mine.
Flash freeze coming in soon.
Swarm never rests.
A flash freeze storm has hit. Flash freeze now ending.
Who asked you? Get this over with. Nothing stands in my way. There's not much time. Nothing stands in my way. The swarm never rests.
Flash freeze storm approaching soon.
Let's get this over with. Get going. Push ahead.
Matriarch essence assimilated. Swarm perfectly adapted to fight in flash freeze storms.
A flash freeze storm has hit.
Get going.
The flash freeze is ending.
One more left.
It's no use, Kerrigan. Shakuras will destroy you.
The Hive cluster is under attack.
In a few moments, there will be a flash freeze. The Protoss forces are now frozen.
Out with it. Get going. This world is mine. There's not much time.
The flash freeze is ending.
You'll regret it. This world is mine. Push ahead.
We should wait for a flash freeze before attacking this heavily fortified location.
Get going. There's not much time. This world is mine. Push ahead. Nothing stands in my way. The swarm never rests. Let's get this over with.
Flash freeze coming in soon. Flash freeze storm has arrived.
Speak quickly. You have my attention.
Flash freeze is passing.
Yes? What is it now? Nothing stands in my way. The swarm never rests. Get going.
In a few moments, there will be a flash freeze. A flash freeze storm has hit.
Out with it. There's not much time. Speak quickly. This world is mine.
The flash freeze is ending.
Yep. There's not much time.
Our forces are under attack.
You have my attention. Out with it. Push ahead.
In a few moments, there will be a flash freeze. The Protoss forces are now frozen.
The swarm hungers. This world is mine. Nothing stands in my way.
The spires have fallen! Retreat!
The Protoss expedition will be unable to contact Shakuras.
Now they have to deal with us.